Good morning, guys. So today is harvest day, and you can tell that we have not opened any cages. The main reason is you don't want to chase your animals around in their pen to try and catch them. It upsets them too badly. They get very traumatized, and when they do all that running, it gets their blood pumping and it can affect the meat. So we already know, this is the duck pen, we already know who we want to grab out of this pen. So when it comes time this morning, in about a half hour, we're just going to open it up a little bit, and I'm going to reach in and grab one duck at a time. We're going to do this one animal at a time. So we're going to be working on this pen, the adult turkey pen, and probably one or two chickens. It's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe 10 animals altogether, okay? But you want to get your animals as calmly as you can. I mean, you've spent, all year or longer feeding and loving and caring for these animals, and you don't want to traumatize them. You don't want to hurt them, and it's traumatic enough. Today is going to be traumatic enough without having to chase them. So you want to do as little mental damage as possible to your animal and to yourself. So let's go over here and I'll show you our setup. Okay guys, so we have the water started. We've got everything set up, ready to go. I've got my bag in here for the scraps. Got my towels, because after we're all done and all these birds are in the ice, we have to dry them off before they go into the sealing bag, the shrink bags. We have to dry them off. Okay, so we're going to go get a duck. We'll be right back. We will not be showing you the killing of the duck. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 all ready to go. Water is at 155.
Not. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so then you're going to grab the feet and you're going to dunk them a couple times in the water. Well, he uses the head. And the hot water helps loosen the feathers, and you got to do it really good on these ducks because they are so thick with down. I mean, the ducks look really big, but once you get all the feathers off of them,
float.
You don't want to cook them, but you want to get that. You want to get that heated water in there.
You just have to do them both ways because they're so big.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what you want to see. You want to pull out a few feathers, see how easy they come out, and they came out. Okay? Okay guys, so it got off 90% of the feathers.
These are the first ducks we've ever done. They have so much down.
So if you're queasy, don't watch because I'm going to be gutting it. I'll try and turn the camera until I'm done gutting it, guys. Okay?
set them on the table.
Yeah. Okay, so here's one here, guys. There's a few pin feathers left. I can pull these out before I go to cook them. Okay, so this is going on ice. And there's another one in waiting for me. Look at that beautiful duck. Number 2. Going into the pot, into the ice. Like I said, there's a few pin feathers left. I can get those off when we clean them before we eat them. I clean all my birds one more time before we put them in the pot. It's got one more over there in the plucker. Let's see what it looks like. It's really hard to get all the feathers off the ducks because they have so much down. So that's why we did the ducks first, because they're the hardest to do. But you got to have your system set up. And we do it in the early morning because that kind of detours the meat bees. But the warmer the day, the meat bees start to come out. You want to make sure you wear gloves, and you want to make sure you put a hat on. You don't want the hair and stuff in there, and you don't want blood in your hair. Look how clean it gets their feet. I mean, that thing really... We're not saving the feet or nothing like that for the dogs. But look how clean they are. I love that plucker, and we got a killer deal on it. So the thing about when you're doing ducks, because of all their down, most of the time, I skin the ducks because we don't eat the fat. A lot of people like the duck fat because it's really good or something. We don't like it. So a lot of times when we go to bag up a duck, it'll still have quite a few pin feathers on it. But most of the time I remove that fat, or I cook it with the fat on and then we remove it. But when you use the plucker, it really has a hard time with ducks. It just doesn't get out all the pin feathers like it does for a chicken or a turkey or quail or something. Because ducks are they're fat, and the feathers just stick to the fat. So sometimes you can get all the pin feathers out of the ducks. Sometimes you can't. And you got to work really fast because you don't want those meat bees and stuff out. The flies aren't the problem up here. It's the bees. Another reason why we got to get this done really quick is the bears.
It's a lot better already.
We've had them every night.
There's still a lot on the back right now.
So we've got one more duck to pluck after this one. Then we're going to start on the turkeys and the chickens. I'm not sure how the turkeys are going to do in the plucker because they're pretty big. We did get the bigger plucker, but just not sure how it's going to do. Okay, so we are done harvesting. We've cleaned out the turkey pot with fresh water. And I've got 2 of the birds in the bag. As soon as we start to dunk them, then I will show you how to do that. But these are easy peasy bags, and they work great. So just stay tuned for a little bit. We got to get the water up to 180 before you dunk it for the bag to shrink. 180. Okay guys, real quick here. You take the bag You put the head side first into the bag. You put the hose, the straw, into the cavity. Don't put it all the way down to where you can see it. It has a hard time getting the air out. And you twist. You twist. Okay. Then you put a tie wrap on that comes with it. And you put it on there like that. Okay? Then it goes into the hot water at 180 for 5 seconds. Five seconds.
Doing the same thing,
Okay, guys. I've got everybody in there, the ducks, chickens, turkeys. Everything's in there, perfectly ready for the freezer. Now, I'm going to put the bag link in the video description. Now, remember, when you order these bags, they come in different sizes. So if you're going to be doing turkeys, you're going to want the extra large bags. If you're going to be doing quail or small chickens, you're going to want the smaller bag. Okay, I hope you learned something, and it's a lot of work. It's just the two of us. If you have like 30 to 40 chickens, then you're going to need a lot of help, and you're going to have it set up really nicely so it all goes smoothly. But there you go, guys. I hope you learned something. If you have any comments or questions about anything, feel free to let me know. Peace out. Have a cool day, guys.